Me. I am a memoir. I said a memoir. The meaning of Mariah Carey.
Hello, Emily. Welcome to our very special Christmas bonus episode. Merry Christmas!
Yes,
Merry Christmas, Posh.
Festivus. It's all happening. I
Well,
can't believe
yes.
we're here to record for Christmas because that's how much we love you guys.
We love you so much. This is our special Christmas gift to you, which is watching the Shade Spectacular. That is VH1 Divas concert of 1998.
Can you believe?
Believe the Aretha
I think we'll
one.
be believing at the end. Yeah.
Not the Diana Ross one, the Aretha one.
We'll get to the other.
We will, but your special Christmas gift this year is us doing a Poshnopsis, a Poshnopsis, a Poshnopsis, turn the Posh around.
Oh my God. Inserting.
So, yes, this is your very special gift from me. I am a memoir, the meaning of Mariah Carey. It is Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin, and some other people performing
Don't know him.
for a benefit concert, which also features famous movie stars.
This was crazy.
I know.
Did not expect.
Actually, just actors on TV who happened to be in movies at least once, and that's all that got mentioned in their introduction.
That's true. Even this first one.
So yes, we will. That's all we're going to do in this episode is break on down the VH1 Divas Live 1998.
Break me on down. The curtains. So we start with Jennifer Aniston for some unknown reason.
Because she was on Friends. She was a big star at the time.
But my first note is,
That's not mentioned,
Does she
though.
have no? Does she have dreadlocks? I don't think so, honey. I don't think so. This is not okay.
The
So apparently-
Rachel haircut was a big deal at the time.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm going to go the other side.
Yeah.
That's the other end of the spectrum.
Because there's divas here.
Yeah, oh God. I know what I'll do to fit in. So
Big hair.
apparently this concert benefits someone, mainly Susan Sarandon, who's in the audience. Something education in schools.
It
Honestly,
was music cares. It was a thing. It was a thing that
Yes,
the president
that's what I
was
said.
doing. something
but-
in schools.
honestly, Jennifer Aniston saying all these people's names is my kink. Then regular
She's so
Aniston
young,
goes
by the
on. Yeah,
How young is she? I forget how long
I mean,
ago
this
this
was halfway. It was halfway through Friends, though. Like,
Yeah.
she's almost ready to have a baby. Not her, but Rachel. Regular Aniston goes on to introduce Mariah, shadily suggesting she's older than 19 years old, which is ridiculous.
Oh, but unless all of her hits have happened in the last 3 months. So many hits.
Possibly. Yeah, hits. Humble and hits.
Humble and
That's
hits.
the name of her detective show that we just made up.
Humble
It's
and
paired up with Christine Lardy in space. It's like a double DP of that. So Mariah walks out with the biggest...
Double DP is 4. How can you not get your head around the maths
I
of
don't
this?
know. It's just, they're really great shows and I really enjoy having them enter me. What? Okay.
Merry
So
Christmas,
Mariah-
everybody.
Merry
Have you ever
Christmas.
thrown up your mince pie?
Throwing up someone else's mince pie. I don't know. It's mince pie at the end of the triple DP. That's all I'm saying.
God. This podcast is no good.
So
They send it back for a refund.
I know. I kept the receipt, don't worry. So Mariah walks out with the biggest hair I've ever seen.
Oh my God, it is magnificent. She can touch
So-
God. Like
so
she is
big
in
hair.
contact with the Almighty. Like she is so close. Here at Jesus' birthday celebration, or whatever else
Jesus.
you're celebrating at this time of year, having
Marishka,
prawns on the barbecue, which is what we do in Australia at Christmas.
Yeah, not shrimp, like they say.
But yeah, there is something holy about how high her hair is. Like it feels
I
like...
reckon that's what her and Aretha were doing in the trailer.
Oh, do you think
Like,
so?
I want to tease this. We don't have time to rehearse, but I
I don't have time to
tease that
rehearse.
hair.
I'm going to show you how to get close to God with your follicles.
With hair. Yeah.
I've got four pieces out here I can stack on top of your head right now, Mariah.
Yeah. Now, Mariah does seem to have a little bit of a cold, but we'll just pretend she doesn't.
Okay.
Problem solved. What cold? Don't know.
What cold?
She sings My All, the best she can with her not cold, and you think it's over until boom.
It's my favourite version of My
Remix.
All ever.
I died. And I have to say, it actually worked really well with her not cold.
Just
I forgot
one
that she
more
didn't have a cold.
night.
Is there a studio version of this remix?
Feel your body, feel your body. Yeah, of course there is. It goes for 14 and a half
We haven't got to
minutes.
our remix. Of course it does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so we
why
get-
this is my favorite, because like I love the ballad, I love the remix. Oh my god, I got
them together.
DP'd with My All.
Yeah, my whole. So we get an introduction from Mariah saying that she's trying to be her best diva self and that she's
Yes.
going to make it happen. Make it happen. Which is, I mean, what a segue.
Yeah,
Because the
She's
song
sang-
then
that's the song she sang.
starts.
Yeah.
That's the song she's saying. We get a full choir moment and Mariah is sounding much more warmed up here. And you barely notice her not cold at all.
I think it's
because
the air
she doesn't have
conditioning.
one. It's probably the air conditioning, but she doesn't have a cold.
She doesn't
Why
have
are
a
we even
cold.
talking about it?
I think it was the air conditioning.
And this is actually a pretty fun way to kick off the show. Like, we're going
Yeah.
full choir because variety shows are not easy,
They're not
as we
easy.
know. They're not easy. It's not your band most of the time. It's not
No.
your stage. It's not your lighting people. It's a lot.
Yeah, you just kind of turn up. I remember once being asked to sing a song and was given the song, and then I turned up and the arrangement was something else entirely.
It was Aretha arranging it by any chance?
No, it was You Don't Own Me. And
Yes.
like it was a Dirty Dancing show, and I was like, "Are you doing the Dirty Dancing version or the Leslie Gore version?" Like, and they're like, "Oh no, we'll
I think
just
you
do
mean
the
the First
original
Wives
one."
Club version. I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
yeah, that one too. I would have done that too, but it was they did the Dirty Dancing version. I was like, oh, what? That's anyway. I was told, oh no, we'll just do the original, and then I got there. I'm like, no, you're doing the anyway.
Oh. how
I did
confusing.
it. Like I got a bit lost towards the end, and so I just held one note for the whole rest of the song.
For 3.5 minutes. It was fine. It
You
was the
don't
12-inch
own me.
You still don't own me. You changed the lyrics to I don't know her.
I don't know her. I've never met her before in my life. I don't know her. Oh, can we do that? Can that be our Christmas
might have
single?
Yeah. Oh my god, we've already lost it. Okay. But yeah, no, I thought this was really fun because we're at the beginning of the show and it's church. We're already there.
Totally church.
Like, the only way is up. So they do finish and Mariah says thank you, and then Terry Hatcher saunters out for, again, unknown reasons.
So Terry
And introduces-
Hatcher, who would she have been Superman and Lois at this point, or would she have been
Oh, for
Desperate
sure.
Housewives?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so middle of
No,
Superman and
definitely
Lois,
yeah.
but introduced as starring in the new James Bond film,
Was it? Yeah.
where she's killed after 2 minutes.
Is she really?
Yes. She's in it for like all of half a scene. Like it's like, oh Mr. Bob. In fact, the best thing about her scene is the guy who kills her is the hilarious, scary ghost man from Ghost. And he has some very funny lines. And she's just dead in a bed for the whole scene.
Oh my god. I've just not heard the best things about this person.
Oh, no.
So that makes me pleased.
Yeah. No one's heard anything ever nice about her ever.
No, like literally not a one. But she
The
introduces,
Desperate Housewives set makes the Charmed set look like a play date.
I know. Well, even, I think I have told this story, but Lucy Lawless was at something with her and she would not be would not be photographed with another woman.
Yeah.
And then somehow they were photographed, but it was a group setting or something. Yeah. But she was like, that was weird. But yeah, she introduces Gloria Estefan and, as an inspiration to anyone who's ever done anything. It was the strangest. She's very inspiring, I think.
I'm reading this auto cue, but I'm not sure what it says. But anyway, let's go on.
Obviously, Anna Nicole had cancelled. And also, she was once a child, but now she's grown up, and now she's Gloria Estefan.
Yeah.
So if that's not inspirational, I don't
So
know.
already we've got 2 for 2. We've got Jennifer Aniston starring in Friends, but introduced as being in some movie I've never heard of.
Yeah, like The Object of My Affection or something. One of those ones that no one remembers.
And then Terry Hatcher, 4 minutes in a James Bond movie, as opposed to the TV show you're currently on.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent hit.
Yeah.
But I don't think we know Dean Cain either.
No.
Anyway.
Not know.
So, yes, Gloria's here. And I'm not going to lie, I was pretty excited when I found out that the first song she sings is 10 Feet Around. I was not expecting that. She did have
that song was out at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah.
She did have a slight wardrobe malfunction. Did you notice?
Oh, no.
When she goes on, she's got something wrapped around her and she goes to throw it off and it kind of gets caught on her shoe.
Oh,
and she's like,
no.
oh, shit. Like, what? I'm still turning it around. I just can't get the whole way around at the minute.
My scarf is stuck on my foot.
But she does. And I think she was the only one that actually went up and touched the audience. And I thought that was nice that she went out and grabbed
she
a few
didn't have
fans.
a cold she was going to pass on. And not that
exactly. And yeah, I honestly, I've just written, okay, I actually forgot how much I love this song. And Gloria Estefan. I wonder if she's got an autobiography. We're going full Gloria Estefan.
I can't. She's got a musical. I can't deal with anyone who's got a musical.
We have to go to it. And we even get a percussion breakdown when Gloria says that she loves that in the song.
Yeah.
Interactive.
Love to hear percussion.
Yeah.
That was a cue.
Then Gloria decides that she's a duvet rather than a diva before heading into some song I've never heard. It's a nice enough song. She gets lost in her emotions, etc.
Yes.
Now we're on to song 3. Why does Gloria get 3 songs and Mariah only gets 2?
Because Mariah's got a special song coming up.
I know. I found that out. Either way, it is Dr. B. So who cares? It's fun.
But it's not just Dr. B. It's like
it's conga now. She's medleying
a full medley.
Yeah. So we go from Dr. B to Oh Fuck It's Conga to Rhythm Is Gonna Get You. There's some fun counting, and then we're getting on the feet.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, baby, say you love me. 5, 6, 7 times.
So then
what
Gloria
I love
bows.
About Gloria is she sings right within her own range. She never tries to get out of it.
Yeah. Do you know what she should have done? Hero.
She could have done Hero.
That would have been amazing.
Gloria does in the transposed key that it was written for her in.
Yeah. Gloria bows out and she's out. Mariah saunters past her and tells everyone she tripped Gloria and stole Celine's clothes, as if she would bother.
I know.
But did you notice the way she walked out? And it was Mariah acting.
Yeah.
But Gloria was kind of, I've just finished. I'm going to walk off stage. And Mariah was like full glaring her on purpose, like it was part of the act. But Gloria wasn't in on the rehearsal because there wasn't a rehearsal. So it just looks like Mariah hates her, which I think she does. So it works.
She loves her. She wouldn't have Hero if it wasn't for Gloria.
That's true. And she even tells us about math and things.
Yes.
She's like, I don't know if I know that. Then Sting rocks up and tells us about instruments or whatever. Joan Osborne is here. Insert What If God Was One of Us. Bill and Hillary, or as I call them, Billary. Also here. They're here to politicians play music, and they give away one saxophone, but just one.
Just one.
It's like, there's so many musical shortages, and then some poor kid is dragged in to receive the secondhand gift. Probably has spit all over it. It's not,
it's Bill's spit.
You don't want that. You don't know where that's been.
You'd want to clean that in case it's got a bit of Lewinsky on it.
I think I can almost guarantee that it does. Meanwhile,
Monica. He was so
we
mean
love
to
Monica.
her.
She's so funny. We love Monica.
She's the best. Have you watched her show? that stars
No, but I
Beanie
need
Feldstein
to.
as her. Amazing.
No, but I will have to. Meanwhile, Serica Jessica Parker is here to introduce Shania Twain, who comes out to Man, I Feel Like a
Is
Woman.
she also from a movie?
Let's
As
say
opposed
she
to
is.
the
I don't
HBO
remember.
television series that she was on at the time?
No, I think she is in Sex and the City. I
Oh.
think she was. Yeah.
Couldn't book a film.
They
that
should have Hocus Pocus. But she introduces Shania, who comes out to Man, I Feel Like a Woman, sounding suspiciously like the studio version.
Well, I will
But
point
there are
out.
moments that don't.
I will point out that Mariah and Gloria were breathing. There were audible breaths. But Shania is obviously on some sort of, bypass system where breath is not needed.
So this is what threw me. At first I was like, oh, she's miming. But then at the end of a couple of sentences, there was a different thing. And I was like, is she just singing the last word? Like, what is happening? Or is she just that pitch perfect?
Is there a version that you tramp out when you're going to mime it in front of people? That sounds
Possibly. And
different.
it was hard because I've seen Shania live and she was live, but her voice has changed because she had Lyme disease.
Right.
So her voice is very different now.
Yeah.
So you can't really compare. But she then went in to do Still the One, You're Still the One, which
was live.
did sound live.
Yeah.
So I'm like, was she
was
saving
breathing.
herself?
You could hear her
Yeah.
breathing.
And it's like, maybe had she done it the other way around, she could have done the slow song, then the fast pace, and actually sang it. But it was very odd.
It was very strange.
There was
I think
sort of
there's a lot of production on the vocals on Man, I Feel Like a Woman, and maybe their notes she can't sing live. Like maybe because they're kind of double tracked a couple of them.
Yes, true. So it might not have sounded full.
Yeah.
And also, there was no rehearsal. So maybe she's like, I'm not risking it. Just pop the tape on. Yeah. But it did strike me as odd only because...
I'm sure there was a rehearsal, just not a rehearsal of Aretha's bits.
Possibly, yeah. But no, it did strike me as odd because you heard her in You're Still the One and she sounded perfectly fine.
Yeah, she sounded great.
And
I was surprised she sounded great in that because I was like, you sound too perfect in this one. You are not. No one is
so
that.
Because I was thinking to myself, the way it was done, I was like, is she just that pitch perfect? Because I feel like no one is that pitch perfect, like to the studio version.
Not when you're moving that much, like not in a fast-paced, action-packed song. Even Lucy Durack would struggle with that much movement and singing at the same time. Although having said that, I did, hang on a minute, have I put the top down? When I was in Legally Blonde... And Erica Haynatz is doing
which character?
I wrote my own character for it.
Oh my god!
I was
hoping you were going to be the nail technician. What's her name?
Oh, Jennifer Coolidge's character.
Yeah, Paulette.
So yeah, Erica Haynatz in that musical, like at the start of the second act where she does a whole song skipping rope. Have you ever skipped rope?
I haven't seen it.
It is exhausting.
Not while singing.
No. Like the whole chorus does rope skipping and singing at the same time.
Yeah.
8 times a week. Berserk. Anyway.
Berserk.
That's Shania didn't even attempt that.
She should have had a hoedown is what she should have done.
She should have.
So then after Shania, we get Sarah McLachlan saying some stuff, and then Susan Sarandon comes on to introduce Aretha. And is that Joy Behar in the audience?
Oh, everyone's in the audience. There was some...
I was like, is this The View?
No, what's her face? Cindy... I was going to say, not Cindy Crawford. The one that was married to Billy Joel.
Uptown Girl.
Uptown Girl,
She does get a mention here.
But Susan Sarandon, bona fide movie star. Like, they've tried to pretend all the others are movie stars up to now.
Yeah.
But then we get Susan Sarandon, bona fide movie star, to introduce the bona fide diva.
That's true, and that is fair. And every time I think of Susan, there's a house near where I used to live called Saran House. So now I call her Susan Saran House. So Aretha does just kind of float out and talks about not getting a chance to rehearse. But her newest girlfriend will come out and join the party in a minute.
I know, her newest girlfriend. They had some girl talk.
They did.
They put their hair up real high.
In the trailer. That's exactly what happened. And Mariah walks out in a sarong to sing Chain of Fools with Aretha.
Yep.
Aretha does momentarily allow Mariah to sing before going off into a little riff off.
Yes.
that she was invited to, because it's fine because she was invited.
Yeah. Mariah's humble. She will only come to your party if you ask her. She will not crash the party.
No. And at the end of it, Aretha does quite a sweet little curtsy.
Oh, I know.
Did you notice?
Miss Carey.
Like Mariah kind of does it, but just the way Aretha did it was like, oh, I'm just imagining her as a little girl in church.
You know what I loved about that?
Like,
it was a lot of mutual respect. Like that was a moment of like, this is where where I think Mariah has gone, oh, okay, she is more amazing than I thought she would be. Like, I've loved this woman for a long time. And now I got to sing with her, and she's paying respect to me. She's curtsying me.
Well, she found out what it meant to her, and what it meant to her is turn the fucking aircon off. That's what that song's about.
Chain of fools are the people in charge of the air conditioning.
All I could think of when that was on, though, was I was singing Twain of Fools.
Twain of
Shania.
Twain, twain, twain. Twain.
That's what she called. That's what she called the other divas. They were the Twain of Fools.
The Twain of Fools.
So anyway, so they do the curtsy and they head off stage, which surprised me. I thought they'd be around for longer. But
I know.
Then
we're not getting more Aretha now.
We're not getting more because, well, of course we're not getting more because Satan herself, she of the fringed beast,
Can I just
Patricia Arquette, rocks up, and I was like, really, Patricia Arquette? Patricia Arquette.
Was she in a movie at the time?
Oh, Little Nicky, maybe? I don't know.
Was she in the television show?
She had a fringe in that. No, God. No, because I'd know because I would have hated every minute of it.
No, she didn't have a fringe.
No, I think, without a fringe, she's quite lovely. I can tolerate it. It's when she's got the fringe.
What is it?
I believe she's actually
Arquette and the fringe. I've never understood.
I don't know. I don't understand it. It's just evil. But it's annoying because I believe she's actually quite a decent human, which makes it harder to hate her. But the fringe. So it's, I mean, look, we've talked about it with Phil Spector, the hair, know, it's very similar. They're very similar people.
They are not.
So
there's nothing alike, you weirdo.
They both have bad hair. I don't know what else it could be.
I thought this was such a gear change because I was like watching it, also thinking of you. I was like, oh my God, Chain of Fools is such a moment. Like it is a moment. Like it is spectacular. And then I was like, oh no, poor Posh.
I know. It's like, why is it ruined? It's ruined now.
But so appropriate that she's the one introducing she who should not be named in the chapter.
So yes, she does introduce Celine
Voldemort,
who, by the way, Diondemort maybe, who by the way comes out at a 300 out of 10 in energy.
Oh my God. Always though. Always. That is always her level.
Which is why I don't think that any of what happens here is a problem because that's just what she does.
That's just what she's like.
So she heads straight into Riverdeep Mountain High.
Not her song.
And I do know that. I genuinely think that at this point, as I'm watching, I was like, I think you and I would have actually collapsed just being in this room with all of this happening.
Do you know, I still have very strong memories of my sister coming into the room when I was watching this when it was happening and going, is that Celine Dion? I was like, yes. She goes, does she think she's doing Tina Turner? I went, she does. And then she goes, you know when she pants at the end?
I've literally got, we get interpretive thrusts and panting.
When she pants, Michelle's gone, she's panting like a dog. What is she? Oh, then we're going to change her name to Celine Cringe On. This is the worst.
And yeah, I got the thrusts, I got the panting, and I said she's genuinely unhinged, and I love it.
I love you, baby, like Tina loves to sing. That's not a tribute. As you oversing her song for her.
Oh my God.
She's unhinged.
It's
like
heaven. It's everything. Where's poor Gwen Stefani during all of this? Probably getting the pant spat on her. So then Celine says a quick hello before bringing out Carole King, who I will note is actually the person. Celine was the one that invited Carole King.
Oh.
She wasn't meant to be a part of it, and then they had obviously written this song. And she's like, come on.
Also,
you can maybe sing with Aretha. Probably not.
Celine also does do You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman on her album. So, yeah.
Oh, which is it the Falling Into of the You?
Yeah. Which also has River Deep Mountain.
Because that's a lot of covers.
There's a lot of covers. I mean, even the Jim Steinman song had been released before she had a crack at it.
Yeah. So, yes, Carole King comes out.
If I touch you like this.
Is that how it sounds? Oh, God.
I love Celine Dion and her harsh consonants. Like, that just...
She's a unique soul, let's say. So, yes, Carole comes out to sing...
As a sidebar, because, you know, Patricia talked about her being famous in France and in Canada. Have you heard her sing in French?
No, but we've talked about this because I was saying how a regular person is almost more convincing in Spanish.
Yeah.
And you mentioned...
Like soulful and almost more musical, which is a weird thing to say. Melodic.
I mean, it's her first language, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, French is her first language, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just got, there's a lot more nuance in it. Whereas when she sings in English, I feel like she's trying to win a prize somewhere. I do that and I do this.
She's still at Eurovision.
She does. She was at Eurovision.
Still at Eurovision.
She did. 1988. Yeah.
Bless her.
10 years before this, she was at Eurovision. You're correct.
Yeah. And she's not left.
No one's told her like this.
Maybe no one's told her that Eurovision's over.
Maybe.
She's like, this is still Eurovision. I'm not in Quebec, the barren wasteland where everyone defecates. So I must be in Eurovision.
It's not a barren wasteland. We have listeners there. Hello. I'm sorry that he's maligned your lovely
that
your
came
lovely
from
city.
our Divas chapter episode.
I know, but that was weeks
that's
ago.
How Mariah thought.
No one's going to remember that. Only you. Go back to that episode.
So no, I love Quebec. I've never been, but I love it. I love it. So to sing, yes, Carole comes out to sing The Reason, which I don't remember, but cool. They sing about going. They sing about going down in the middle of the night. Makes sense. They're both in suits, and I thought power lesbians of the 90s would have eaten this up.
Yeah, this would have been a moment.
And Celine did say on the Watch What Happens of the Live that there was a whole wardrobe issue backstage because the girls didn't all want to be wearing similar dresses and all this. And she's like, well, I'm fine. I'm wearing pants. And everyone was like, pants?
Why are you wearing pants?
What are the pants?
Why?
I don't understand. It's a Quebec thing. So Celine even plays air guitar because... Of course she does. Of
course she does, because she's so needy.
They have a little kiss and a hug, which I actually thought was quite a nice moment.
It was quite cute.
Out of all of the insanity, I was like, oh, that was actually quite nice. And then we get Uptown Girl. People clap about the Titanic sinking, and Celine, they literally do. She's like, remember that they died? Yeah, woo.
It was one of those moments where it was like, I'm going to allude to me singing the song that has been a hit for about the last 30 months. And everyone starts clapping, and then she's like, and dedicated. Oh,
remember, everyone died.
I've already started clapping, and now you're talking about the dead people? I used to have a stand-up bit about, because there was like a wacky dance mix of this, and like there was a video for it and everything. I used to just be like, I feel like it feels weird, like to do a dance mix of the Titanic theme. Like, it's like, oh, well, 1,500 people drowned in the ocean and froze to death. But let's do a dance mix. Woo!
Yeah, Rose, dance on that door.
Dance on their frozen heads in the eyes. Woo!
Boop, got your head.
It's such a weird concept, a dance mix of the Titanic theme.
But yeah, it was just so awkward.
It was so weird. Yeah. And that's where I think maybe your theory about her just not having any idea is perhaps correct. Because, like, she's gone, oh, they're clapping. I'll talk about the dead people.
Yeah. I want this to be a real moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, the song starts, and where the fuck is Andrea Corr? There was some other anonymous cow doing the tin whistle.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think so.
I'm surprised Celine doesn't do the tin whistle herself. Her arm,
she
with
just
her
does
armpit.
air. She just does air tin whistle. Renee taught me. So, look, she smashes it out. It's Celine Dion. This isn't her first day, and
no. And that is, I will say that about Celine Dion. When she belts, it is pretty spectacular.
Sometimes I think because she's quite,
She would just stop talking.
No, she's obviously, she seems quite a tall woman, but she's quite petite in frame, and she doesn't have the biggest of mouths. And a lot of big singers open their mouths very wide, and she doesn't.
No.
And I'm like, where does it come from?
Her ears.
She doesn't have a big barrel chest. Maybe.
She doesn't
have a big barrel chest. She doesn't have a wide, jaw moment. Like, it's sometimes I'm like, where? Imagine if she did open her mouth.
Oh, no. We'd all be in trouble. She's got a big head compared to the rest of her body. Oh, she's got like a big old Easter Island head.
I feel like there's a few big heads on that stage.
Yeah.
But I think according to Mariah, Celine's head's too big and undeservedly so.
No.
So all of a sudden, Carole King is back with Celine, Gloria, and Shania to sing "You Got a Friend."
Cool. Well, they're all feeling left out because they didn't get to sing with the actual diva.
Yeah. And
let's sing with Carol. Aretha doesn't want us to hang out.
So Shania must have seen Mariah's hair and decided to pull out a few extra wigs because that hair just got piled up further and further. Meanwhile, Mariah and Aretha must be backstage cutting up their dresses. Like, I'm just there in the trailer going, don't fucking, they won't know.
They'll come out for the end bit and it'll be hilarious. They'll come in to see you make me feel like a natural woman and they'll have to wear pants.
And they'll have to be natural women. And that's why Celine felt so powerful, because she already knew how to wear pants.
Yeah.
That's how that happened. They're like, damn it backfired. So apparently there was a Carole King solo performance of It's Too Late that was cut out. I was like, oh. And I think I prefer that over You Got a Friend anyway.
Yeah, You Got a Friend was a bit cloying. Also, I feel like this is, as much as, we talked a lot in the chapter about Celine bringing it a bit too hard to Aretha. I feel like in this moment with Gloria and Carol and Shania, none of whom have big, towering, powerful voices.
Yeah.
Every time Celine goes like, I'm going to belt this, it's like, do you mind? Like, none of us are going to even try to compete with you for this song. Like, what are you doing?
Yes.
Like, you're running away with a song that you don't need to. Like, just sing the fucking song.
It's almost like she's that boisterous puppy that turns into a big dog.
Yes.
And doesn't realise what size it is.
So what you're saying is she got too excited and she urinated on the piano by accident.
And accidentally crushed the kitten.
Yeah.
Because it's so, there's some kind of weird innocence about it. You don't know what you're doing, do you, honey?
But it's like, surely she knows. She knows that she's got a phenomenal voice. She's been singing since she was a little kid.
Well, she'd know that. That's true.
And she must know she's a better singer than anyone there standing around that piano. Like, Gloria is flat as your nan. And Shania's got a very sweet voice, but it's just sweet. And Carol is not in her first flush of youth and barely managing. And Celine just comes and like belts on top of everyone. It's rude.
Oh, I love it. Then at the end of this moment, suddenly Aretha is back on stage to introduce You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, saying, I never had the chance to sing it with the woman who wrote it. And I'm not going to, damn it.
No, Carol's there.
Because just wait. I was really keeping an eye on Carol. Aretha starts singing as Carol tries, but it's obvious that her mic has been turned all the way down.
Oh, poor Carol.
So Carol tries again, but this time it's Celine's turn to sing.
Oh.
And I'm starting to think that the real victim in all of this is Carol.
Poor Carol.
Shania then gets a look in, followed by Gloria. Mariah senses that it's safe to sing a little bit.
Yes.
And Aretha does briefly let them have a little moment and the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
I love her weird little kind of nod of like, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just wait a second. Carol tries again.
Oh, no,
she keeps going to the mic to sing the next bit, thinking surely it's my turn. Just one line of this song that I wrote. No, okay. But she's sat down by Aretha. Shania and Celine get another look in, and Celine faces Aretha to riff in the first of many boundary stepping overs.
Oh. It's not okay. Like, I know she recorded this on her album, but don't, that's the woman that sang the song.
I just thought this whole time I'm watching it going, it really is poor Carol. Like, all that was needed for this whole moment was for Carol to sing the first line.
Yeah.
And then Aretha take over. That's what this should have been.
Yeah.
There was a point in which Aretha said thank you. And I'm like, I think she's saying thank you. Thanks for letting me sing that bit. But I was singing anyway.
Thanks for writing the song.
Yeah. Thanks for all of the royalties. Okay, so Carol does manage to yell a few things into her switched off mic before the song wraps up. So I think what you're hearing is actually her yelling and just slightly getting picked up by Aretha's mic. Like, I just don't think her microphone's on at this point. And then I'm like, oh, there's some cute twinks in the audience. I was trying to figure out who they were. I don't know who they were, but they were cute. And the backing singers do get a brief moment.
Yeah.
So Aretha knows the backing singers. And as Mariah said in the chapter, so does she.
Yeah.
Aretha has a quick Holy Spirit moment.
Oh.
And then thanks the audience. She starts going to church, asking the others to help with a little help me now, with Mariah being the first to Jesus.
Yes.
Because she was invited to.
She was. Like in a headlock, essentially.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is invited to.
No one else is invited to.
Aretha asks again for them to help her lift them. And
which
Celine
means
answers that
BVs.
call. Like it or not. Yeah, like it or not, Celine picked up the phone.
Oh.
And there's a bit of a moment where the others are just standing back while Aretha and Celine are there. And then Aretha decides she's had enough and says goodnight, and the show ends. Which was very abrupt. Now, I did look into this, and there is actually a 9-minute version of Testimony.
Yeah. I think that's on the CD. It goes for ages.
Yes. So someone's kind of pieced together bits of the broadcast and bits of the DVD and just kind of looped a few other visuals to give us the full bit on YouTube. And the thing that made me laugh the most, it's not so much that Mariah retreated and went back to the backing singers as prior to Celine doing much, Aretha's doing her thing and the other girls are kind of bopping. I mean, Celine is really bopping, but the other girls are just kind of clapping along and whispering Jesus. Yeah. Mariah is standing completely still. Like, I am not having any of this.
Yeah. She has dipped out of the hoedown.
I will animate if and when Aretha looks at me and points and makes it very clear and signs that permission slip that I can do anything. Until then,
which is how you respect a diva.
Not happening.
Yeah.
But it was funny because watching the whole stage and everyone's clapping and everyone in the audience is doing it, and Mariah is legitimately standing in a straight line.
Well, this is before Debbie Allen had taught her how to dance.
Must have been.
Because
I don't even know how to clap.
We're still in the middle of Butterfly. Like, My All is a hit. So
that's true. She was like, I did learn how to clap from Nicole Kidman, but I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah, no.
That's
the silent, I don't need it picked up on the microphone clap. That's a very different kind of thing.
But yes, that does, I think, bring us to the end
of the Divas live concert. It's pretty spectacular.
My goodness.
Oh, so many television actors pretending to be film stars. So many
stage curtains set up as shade cloth.
So many young women pretending to be divas while there is an actual bona fide diva in the house. And it's like, this should have been called the VH1 Diva Concert with guests.
Well, this is what's funny. Apparently, Aretha, like, it's sort of now talked about as an Aretha tribute.
Yes.
But apparently it wasn't, initially that. It was just sort of... Because did you notice the credits?
Yeah.
Celine Dion is first and Mariah is last.
Yes.
And usually last is good.
Yes.
It's and Mariah Carey. But it should have just been Aretha in big, bold letters. What happened there?
Well, I think, Aretha was still in her post-Free Way of Love, soul icon. Like, she was still a big deal, but, it's women over a certain age are not treated well in the music industry, as we've seen over many, many, many decades. She was kind of like, she doesn't really sell records. She's just, she's a heritage act. So
legacy, darling.
Legacy, classic. It would have been because VH1 is kind of your, I don't know, what would you call it? Your mum's MTV at the time. It was kind of like the safe MTV your mum could watch, which wouldn't have any.
Yeah, watching mum's MTV
wouldn't have any distressing rock music on it. Okay. Like Carol King is the
Titanic song.
Yeah.
And Titanic song being a big hit, everyone felt comfortable.
Yeah.
With all the dead bodies floating in the water.
Yeah, they're fine with that.
Doing a disco remix.
But I also think someone like Aretha is kind of the honey trap for one of these shows. It's kind of like they go, well, if we book Aretha, then we can talk Celine into it because she's got an Aretha song on her album. And we can talk Mariah into it because she loves Aretha. And the others will just come because they're needy.
It's their only chance.
Although they were
getting on a stage with Aretha, nowhere else.
They were big stars at the time, like all four of them.
I think Shania Twain's "Come On Over" is still the best-selling album by a female artist.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm pretty sure it's still bigger than Jagged Little Pill.
If you cross from country into pop, you're guaranteed to sell more than anyone because you are. Yeah. Because country music sales are huge, and pop music sales are huge, and if you can manage to get both of those, hello Taylor.
And this is why I'm in a feud with Carrie Underwood. Actually, no, I'm not in a feud with Carrie Underwood. I probably am, but I'm actually more in a feud with Ryan. What's his name?
Ryan Tedder,
the host of
Ryan Seacrest.
Seacrest, because he was asked who the bigger star is, Carrie or Kelly Clarkson. He picked Carrie because country music.
Yes.
But I'm like, don't come after my Kelly Clarkson. She has a television show. Does Carrie?
And she straddles both country and pop.
Exactly. Like if Kelly wanted to put out a country album, which she will at some point, look out,
excuse me, have you never heard the Reba McEntire version of Because of You?
I have. No, there's country songs.
Spectacular.
But she hasn't done a whole album. Yet. Reba is someone who, similar to the Celine thing, it's like, you're so little. Where does that voice come from?
Where does it come from? This tiny person. But also, she's wearing like a Keanu Reeves Matrix coat a year before that movie came out. So she's really setting a trend here.
That's true. She probably is in the Matrix. I feel like maybe that's what she is. Maybe she's not real.
She's a glitch.
Yeah. Celine is the glitch in the Matrix.
She wasn't really taking it to Aretha. It was just the AI was programmed badly.
Yeah, it was, exactly. It all makes sense. Mariah feels so much better.
But it was such a trip down memory lane. Thank you for this. It was fun. I enjoyed turning it upside down.
Yeah. And it takes me back to the simulcast on Double TFM and my dad putting it up. The stereo was in the complete opposite end of the house, but he's like, I'm going to turn it up for surround sound.
Oh, heaven. So instead you just had it coming at different times. Yeah, good.
Basically, it was not. But because I had travelled, the sound, it caught up.
Yeah,
it's like being a stadium. It all made sense in the end. But yeah, I think we might have to look into the Diana Ross sans Donna Summer, but she's still there.
Well, we have to watch that. Who else is in that one? Like she didn't
Faith
mention
Hill.
Faith Hill.
But we don't know
she
her.
must know her. She wrote a song for her.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, Mariah wrote a Christmas song and Sony wouldn't let her record it.
So that's right.
Faith Hill sang it.
Yes. I don't know. I do love that Pearl Harbor song she sings.
Oh, Everywhere I Am There You'll Be. That was That's a Diane Warren special. That was in the weird...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because that was... Diane Warren just wrote a song for every Jerry Bruckheimer movie that came out, basically.
Okay.
Like, she wrote I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, but for Aerosmith.
Yes,
like,
that makes sense.
You know,
yeah.
she wrote something for The Cult for Gone in 60 Seconds. Like, she just... Every Jerry Bruckheimer movie has a Diane Warren song at the end of it. Like,
love it.
go and seek it out. It is... Like, it's her crazy oeuvre, and that is one of hers, you know. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Hearing that, actually. And I love that we're bringing it back to our girl, this gist.
This gist.
But yeah, no, RuPaul's in it.
I'll keep
and a few other...
part of you with me. Oh, that's right. It's RuPaul, isn't it? Heaven. RuPaul and Diana Ross. That's a heaven. Like, why didn't RuPaul just replace
That's a lot.
Donna Summer? Like,
Right? We'll copy and paste that in. At the end of the podcast, baby. Almost there, almost home. You could probably say, but you won't because of copyright. It's Christmas. We're done. We've done the year. Another year of the meaning of Mariah Carey.
How have we managed this for so long? This is
and we
bizarre.
still have not finished the book.
Still have not finished. We must have. Surely we're finishing it next week.
Well, we were thinking maybe have a little break in the
Yes.
Jan. And
Jan break.
come back. We'll have a Jan break. We'll have some more chapters. We will have many more albums. There's still albums. We've got
There's
remix
heaps
episodes.
of albums.
And maybe something regular as a little weird fucked up bonus.
Why would you make me do that? I'm not watching Shades of anything.
It's got Ray Liotta.
I do like him. Maybe we can watch it.
All 3 seasons. But yeah, so thank you so much, Lamley, for another fantastic year.
Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes. Have all of the festive splashes. I hope you get a little black Irish and some cookies.
Yeah. Oh, I want a Christmas cookie.
So maybe we'll get someone to photograph the ingredients and then we'll make it ourselves.
And also, I want to eat some of that Mariah McDonald's. Oh my God, I want it all.
Oh, for sure. Maybe that's what we use our break to do is set up our Mariah suppliers.
Oh yeah, our Mariah supplies.
Yeah. So,
Mariah supplier.
Because I want that. And it'll just be me cutting out the Christmas ornaments from my
Sending them to people for $40. Yeah. I printed this on my laser printer.
Yeah. If people on Etsy can do it, I can. Celine will probably order one. And then send it to Mariah as a gift. She's crazy.
This is unhinged.
Oh my God.
All right. Merry
Christmas. Merry Glitchmas.
Merry Christmas, family.
Bye.